inside of you.
And Kitty, you gonna come join? My little cuddle bug.
The cute one.
Alright, so we're starting the ritual. It is full moon, lunar eclipse, or it was the lunar eclipse, and it is the blood moon. So we have, and it's in Taurus, so now we have like this extra ample grounding energies, which make it really good to start off with shadow work, or to get into shadow work, because when you start like exploring deep within yourself, coming back out of it and grounding yourself back into reality, if you've encountered like a memory that you're not too fond of, is easier around this time. So I thought that would be a good time to give it a go and see how things go. The way we'll be doing it is through timeline regression. And I'm going to go over that activity like in more details. Do you have the supplies mentioned, or do you need alternatives? Or is there... Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, so we're gonna, and you have something that you're gonna use as an anchor point. Yes? Anything that makes you, or like even a quartz crystal, something that is like a physical object as an anchor point.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
A crystal.
That would be awesome. So we are going to start. I didn't write out my itinerary for myself, so I'm going to have to look at my website. So as usual, we're going to start off with cleansing and clearing our space. I'm going to be using smoke incense, and I'll be going around counterclockwise 3 times as soon as I get my page out over here. I'm going to be envisioning everything from within this area to clear out, nothing negative be here, and just have it be good and happy. Yeah, that's the plan. First, I need to light my candle together. Next, I'm going to go through and invoke all the points and invite the energies in to join me. I consecrate this space and the circle of mine, be all that's negative removed from this place and time. I banish all which could cause harm to me and mine. Spirits and energies of east and clever air, please join me tonight with your powers to share. I welcome thee within the space and time. With air and east I shall now align. Well, my candles are not cool. Spirits and energies of south and bright fire, please join me tonight with your powers to acquire. I welcome thee within the space and time. With fire and south I shall now align. Spirits and energies of west and water which flows, please join me tonight in your power to me bestow. I welcome thee within this space and time. With water and west I shall now align. Spirits and energies of north and earth of plenty, please join me tonight with the energies you've sent me. I welcome thee within the space and time. With earth and north I shall now align. Come all those who will help me tonight and all of time, I bid you welcome to the circle of mine. Send your energies to the circle and me, aid in all my wishes so they come to be. As I've welcomed you all, the circle's complete. I thank those who join me. Marry me. My throat is like tickling me for some reason. From here, we're going to do our grounding and centering meditation. This will be approximately 10 minutes, same as previous ones. So I'll set a timer and I'll bring you back once we're getting close to it. And we're working on grounding and connecting ourselves and just breathing and enjoying the energies that are surrounding us. Lana, are you going to join me or are you going to be sitting up there? and slowly come back. Feeling good?
Yes.
Awesome. So if you have any items charged or you want to fuse with intention, you're welcome to do so now. I have tea that I made earlier. I'm just going to invite the energies in. So I always feel so awkward shimming around on my knees throughout the circle. Okay, so now we're going to move on to creating a safe anchor point. And said you had the print. So the point of this anchor point is, as we're going through the timeline regression, thinking about your past, thinking about the different events that happened, different times of your life, sometimes things can come up and cause anxiety or cause sadness, cause fear, cause these emotions that could become overwhelming. And having an anchor point, which I'll be using the quartz crystal for, is so that you can easily ground yourself and to kind of pull yourself away from those thoughts and to maybe shift them a little or to reprocess them in a different way, but basically to ease some of that anxiety that can happen and come back to what is happening right now, not something that happened in the past. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, go ahead. Yes, crystals that deal with much higher vibrations, such as selenite, or not selenite, such as celestite, angelite, citrine, won't be good. Those that tend to bring higher vibrations and those that work with celestial energies, unless you want to anchor to that specific energy, it won't be a good grounding anchor point. Does that make sense? So what we're going to do is either place it somewhere or hold it in your hands, and we're going to envision it feeling safe. We're going to envision it feeling solid, feeling connected to the earth, feeling connected to you, and creating that bridge between you and earth and ground and grounding and peace and calm and that sort of stuff. And then we're going to repeat the spell that I wrote to kind of help enchant it and invoke the energies to that specific point. Good?
Yeah, good.
So take a couple minutes to really get to know your piece, really solidify your intention and what you're hoping that it will accomplish. So give it a couple minutes. Feel it. Is it smooth? Is it rough? Decide how close you're going to have it be so that it's, within reach, things like that. And I'm going to be holding mine, and then I'm going to put it down after I repeat the incantation. And whenever you're ready, you can say it, but I'm going to start with mine now. So, this place I create is my point of security, a place I'm grounded with and safe with surety. Each time I feel the need to reconnect and help some thoughts to redirect, I'll tap onto this crystal in front of me. Once I make contact, at peace I shall be. This place I create as my point of security, a place I'm grounded with and safe with surety. Each time I feel the need to reconnect and help some thoughts to redirect, I'll tap into this crystal in front of me. Once I make contact, at peace I shall be. And one last time. This place I create as my point of security, a place I'm grounded with and safe with surety. Each time I feel the need to reconnect and help some thoughts to redirect, I'll tap into this crystal in front of me. Once I make contact, at peace I shall be. I also want to say that you can rephrase the spell or use this spell after you keep that piece. Like, for instance, if you have a necklace that you really like it and you want to keep it as that grounding or place of security, you can wear it and you could still re-invoke this chant into it and have it be like a continuous pendant that you wear, and each time you need an extra sense of stability to hold on to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
An option. All right, so afterwards, we're gonna grab our papers and we're going to, first we're gonna do encouraging our mind to open. So this is the part I wanted to do, the anchoring point before we start encouraging memories to come up. And we're gonna do, it's not exactly going to be a full meditation, but I want you to envision your mind to have hallways and doors and different paths in different places, like corners or shelves, or however you want to imagine your memories being stored. I think of mine as like a computer with computer files. So I want to take a couple minutes to just kind of bring them forward. Don't open all of them at once, open all of them at once, but have them be in a line or be ready to open. For example, if you're envisioning hallways with doors and the doors are closed and all that stuff, don't go and open every door, but check the doorknob if it's locked and make sure the doorknob's unlocked so that when you get to that door you can go in easily. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Awesome. So we're going to take a couple minutes to do that. If you feel a pathway or you feel a memory or something like that just doesn't feel right now, leave it alone. Don't go beyond what you're comfortable with right now.
Okay.
And yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm going to set a timer for about 5 minutes. If any of us need longer than that, we could definitely use the time. Sounds good? Perfect. But take your time. I'm not really in a rush. How are we doing? Awesome. Next up, a little bit of arts and crafts. So, the way that I would like to do this is to kind of create a couple connected papers. I'm not sure how many is gonna work out well. Something like this, so that we can draw. It's not cooperating. A line across it in the center, like a timeline or like a graph line. And for the tape, and I also want it to be able to fold afterwards. So we're not gonna like tape it stiff. Gonna tape it enough to keep it together, to keep that line in place, and to be able to fold it afterwards. The reason why I want it folded is so that you can save it and come back to it later if you want to, or add to it later. So I would recommend using at least 4 papers. That way when it folds, it will keep all the sticky notes on the inside. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Good. So I'm gonna shimmy backwards over here. And we're gonna do some taping. Not sure which marker you're gonna be using, but the marker that I'm gonna be using won't have the ability to draw over tape. Therefore, I'm going to draw the straight line across first, and then I'm going to tape over it. I think I can. Can I lower this? Can I zoom out? Zoom out. Lower. No. That's not exactly gonna work, but and we're gonna do the line in the center of it, or as close to the center as you can get it, and leave little gaps on the edges so that it's not going to be like all the way from end to end, because we're going to put like little arrows, because your timeline, your lifeline doesn't exactly start at birth. It starts before, at least that's what I believe, and it's not going to end now. It's not going to end for many, many years, nor will it actually end once you pass from this life, at least in my belief. So we're going to add little like triangles on the ends and just do a straight line across. Try to keep it in the center of the page so that there's like a top and the bottom.
Okay.
So, yeah. See how this is going to work. Should have brought me a longer ruler. So it's going to look something like that. My screen is small with my camera, so I hope that's transferring over. I think it is.
Yeah, I can see.
Perfect. And now I'm going to tape it. How exciting. So this time I'm just doing it with plain white paper. You can afterwards make your timeline in a different color paper. You can add stickers to decorate it. You can add other things to make it more yours, more unique to your timeline, to what represents you. Not the greatest job over here, but it works. I'll make a better one later. The sticky notes. The sticky notes is what's the important part. This is just to help organize them. The reason why I wanted to do sticky notes is because they are maneuverable. And I got dog hair in this one. That's great. I guess she is part of my recent life. I'm also going to add some tape on the back just to give it a little bit more stability. I vacuum like before I do the circle every single time. Every single time, without fail, I'm still covered in dog fur. And it's shedding season, so it's just extra fun. So, in theory now, the fourth should be able to fold like that. You get a nice little folder of your memories, the things that we're going to be writing about. That way you can store it, come back to it later, that sort of thing. If you need more room, keep it in even numbers. That way, again, it could fold with everything being like tucked inside. You are welcome to do so. And like I said, I will probably remake mine a little differently, but this works for now. All right, so what we're going to be doing with the sticky notes. Label one end being like the present, the most recent present, so let's just say now. And the other end, label it at whatever age you want it. I'm gonna put like birth of this life, since I think I only have the mental capacity to deal with this life currently of my shadow work portion. So I'm gonna put just 0. You can do whatever works for you, whatever you feel comfortable with. And do you have any questions before I move on to the sticky notes? So keep the top portion of this line of memories that make you feel really, really good. Happy memories, or things that are like a big turning point in your life. Maybe you graduated from school, maybe you got married, maybe you got a new pet, that sort of thing. Things that have a positive spin. And then on the bottom portion, we're going to put down memories that have a not so great spin. And we're going to not do just the top type of memories and then just the bottom type of memories, because that's not the way life works. You don't have everything good at one time. You don't have everything bad at one time. you get a mix. You get this lovely roller coaster of just a whole bunch of things that life throws at you that you need to deal with. A lot of times unexpectedly. Welcome to my life. But we're gonna go through the couple memories that you're thinking of now, or the couple of thoughts that you're thinking of now, and see where those thoughts go. And try to go from like a thought that was positive, a memory that was positive, and then like a memory that wasn't so great, and a memory that was positive. And it does not have to be in chronological order, because the way that our mind functions, it doesn't exactly store things the exact way that we want them, so it's not going to be a perfect chronological order. Follow the paths that you have with your memories. Again, with the intent, trying to do positive and negative, that way we're not getting overwhelmed. And when you do so, we're going to take our sticky notes and we're going to write out the memory. You can do however much detail you want into it, or you can just kind of jot down ideas of it, and then afterwards we're going to go over like 2 or 3 points together of like meditating on it and writing out more details about it in your journal. That sort of thing. Why is there a fly? And once you like write out a memory on your sticky note, you're gonna put it on your timeline of where it fits or where it's going. Or like for example, if I have my good memory is getting my bird, which he's not in there, he's somewhere over there with my husband. But that was a really good memory, and that happened recently. That happened 2 months ago, so that's going to be here. And then I have another memory that's, why is there a fly in here? It's going to drive me insane. Another memory, one of my first ever memories that I have was me laying in a crib with like the decorative toys that hang over the kids' cribs. Whatever that thing is called. And I remember being scared of it when I was younger. So that's my first memory, is like waking up, seeing it above me, feeling really, really scared, and like trying to stand up, use the little like rails of my crib. That's my first memory. So that's gonna obviously go towards the beginning. And you're gonna place your plots and ideas and things like that around. So you can either go like rapid fire, quickly, just writing down an idea, putting a sticky note, and then coming back to it, or you can add some details, however you want to work with it. But we're not going to take all of our time doing this, since it's going to take forever. So maybe for the next, I don't know, about 15 minutes, we can work on the timeline. Would that sound okay? Okay, awesome. So I'd say we need to get at least 2 good points down that we'll think about afterwards. But don't consciously think about which memory you want to like think about. Follow the path of what your brain is telling you. We're good? Perfect. And if you want to add like specific dates to it, you're welcome to do so. It'll like help you place them on your timeline. Yeah. So, this is currently what mine is looking like. That's fine for me. Show it this way. And here's kind of, I just want to point out like what we're going to do with the next step. The way that my memories ended up working is the negative thoughts. Most negative thoughts that I thought of were around this timeline. Most amount of positive thoughts were around this timeline. So what we're going to do now, go ahead. So what we're going to do now is kind of like meditate and journal and think about what the energies were on you, or did you have like relatively even spread out in your timeline, or did you find clumps? How did it go? Yeah, perfect. That's considered a pattern. That's something that you can like focus on and think on. Like you said, when you make certain decisions and you get like those good memories, that's a good thing to kind of journal about and to kind of think of how you were like energetically at that point, if that were to make sense. So that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to pick like the two main points that you see a pattern at, and we're going to write about it. And then in theory, you should just be able to close it up. Wait, I did it better the other way. Let's figure this out. There we go. Afterwards, I wanted to test my theory. So, if you have room on the reason why I suggested getting like an erasable pen, because sometimes you want to rewrite things or put down a date and like you remember a date or something along those lines. So if you have room on your sticky notes and you want to write things more about it, that memory on that sticky note, you're welcome to do so, or you can take a separate journal and write it on a separate journal, however you think would kind of like work best for you. And we're going to, like I said, pick 2 points on your timeline map that stand out the most to you, and write about why they stand out the most to you and kind of like what was happening at that time. I think I'm going to set another timer for about 15 minutes and then we'll see how we're doing.
Okay.
I don't usually do timers like that. I tend to go by feel, but I feel like in this situation, if we just keep letting it run on, there's just so much to write about, so much to think about. So I want to kind of put a limit almost as to how much I want to let our brains go wild on this. Yeah, okay. Good. I'm glad we understand that. So, I will do that. If you have any questions throughout, ask. I'd be more than happy to help. So my next question for you is, after this ritual, are you going to continue doing this on your own, or do you want to do the ending for like these thoughts today? How do you want to go about this? Because I could just walk you through it, how I would recommend ending it and kind of like putting it aside when you're done thinking about it, or we can go through the whole steps and details if you are going to end it now. But if you're thinking of continuing to working on this for like later tonight, then we can, how should I say it? Then I could just explain how to end it, and you can end it at your time. How would you like to do it? Okay, perfect. That's what I thought you were going to say. That's why I asked that question. So you don't have to do anything, and I'm just going to go through how I would recommend ending it. So when you're done to step away from this and you're ready to kind of come back to your current reality, instead of having to go through all these thoughts and things like that, I would suggest closing it. The reason why I wanted it to be able to fold in a certain way, and as you're closing it, to physically, not to mentally go through those corridors and make sure those doors are closed. If they used to be locked before, you can put a lock on it if you feel like you need a lock on it. Or you could just keep that door closed, that sort of thing, so that those memories that you have opened the doors to today aren't kind of creating chaos in the back of your mind when you're not actively working on it. Does that make sense? Okay. And once you're done with that and you feel comfortable in your mind that a bunch of things don't keep replaying in your head, like when I started doing these, and the more thoughts I started putting down, the more thoughts started coming to my head, which is why I'm glad I had the timer on. Otherwise, I would have just kept going, because as soon as I like started with something, it like triggered another memory for it, and then it triggered another and another. So that was, I knew that was going to happen. That was the intent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're closing it, and then once you feel ready and closed, you're going to thank yourself and think how much effort and time and energy and patience that you put into it. And you're going to acknowledge yourself, how wonderful you are that you are taking the time for going through this, because it can be tough, especially some of these negative memories, especially for me. I don't know if you've seen me, I kept coming back to that because it just, some of these could be really tough to relive through again. So congratulate yourself. And then put it in a safe place for when you want to come back and work on it later. If you want to come back and work on it later. If you want to get rid of all of this, then burn it and get it out of your sight. Depends how you feel afterwards. So that's all I have for today. Do you have any questions? Maybe something I can clarify more, explain things a little bit better?